Welcome into another Monday market update. Good afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Happy Monday. Woo, wow, what a weekend. I was in Vegas this weekend for the NBA Summer League, and let me tell you, that place is amazing. Loved every minute of it. It's crazy being up close and personal with all these NBA players, former NBA players, executives, coaches, and the access to them. I mean, literally just right there, walking right with them, standing next to them, talking to them. It's amazing. So if you're an NBA fan, check it out. All right, let me get into it. We have got a lot to talk about today. A lot has happened in the past week, and some more information has come out about some other things that are going to be happening in the future. Wanted to talk to you about it. So, first of all, information came out about bank requirements, capital requirements for big banks. There's talk that the former Fed chairman, they're talking about increasing the capital requirements for banks because of the bank failures that have happened and taken place across the country in the past couple of months. There's a little intimidation, further stress test, a lot of things that they're wanting to put in restrictions on banks so that they carry more capital to balance out their balance sheet. And what that means, though, would be less loans and capital issued to you and me. So there'd be tighter requirements on that capital. There'd be tighter lending requirements and more restrictions for people when they're requesting loans. So that definitely will impact the economy. I think it'll slow the economy down. It will definitely, keep things, in a more stable, but a more pessimistic environment. Let me put it that way. So something to keep a watch on. Other thing we talk about is jobs numbers came out, right? Jobs numbers came out and jobs were good. They were lower than they've been in the past, but they were still high. As a result of that, inflation numbers are coming out this week. We'll see what's happening. I think a lot of people are still thinking, okay, the Fed's definitely going to be increasing interest rate again. So the 10-year treasury bond already increased last week 21 basis points. It is now over 4%. It is the second time in 5 years that the 10-year treasury yield is over 4%. The first coming back in October of 2022. Basically what that means higher interest rates, higher mortgage interest rates, higher rates for everybody when you're doing any sort of lending. Oh man, it's actually crazy, and I don't know. I think it's misplaced, but we'll see. I think right now, especially with the housing market, it is so dire out there. The numbers came in for June. I'll share them with you shortly. But it's not great. And really what's crazy is just, I've talked about this before, the gap between the 10-year treasury yield and then also what mortgage rates are. It's crazy. It's like 300 to 400 basis points now, which is just wild. It's typically 200. And so it's almost double what it normally is. And that's impacting people's ability to afford housing, to get additional loans, which is exactly what the Fed wants to slow down inflation. We'll see if it's working. We'll see if it's working this week. I don't know what I was going to say. Okay, adjustable rate mortgages. That's one of the things that has become a victim of this higher interest rate environment. Used to, when interest rates go up, you could take out an adjustable rate mortgage. You would save a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, in some cases, term, and you would basically hold on. You'd pay a lower note over those times, and then you would refinance into a permanent fixed rate mortgage before that term ended, because at the end of the term, there was a balloon payment of all that interest that was just kind of put away to the side, and then it was like, oh, hey, that interest is due now. So you would always just refinance into a 30-year fix. But at this point, most interest rates on adjustable rate mortgages are the same as what you would find in a conventional 30-year mortgage. So a lot of people, who are looking at ARMs, I would kind of say you might be better off just doing a 30-year fixed right now, and go ahead and then if rates drop in the future, just refinance. Seems to be the safer bet. We don't know when rates are going to drop. Market's very volatile. Could be a year from now, could be 10 years from now. It's just that difficult to gauge and to understand. So anyway, again, as always, do what is best for you. Do what is best for your situation. That's what I always tell people to do. If you need any help, you want some advice, call me, talk to me. Love to help. Just kind of help you sort through that. Think of different things that you might not be thinking of right now. The other thing, Amazon Prime Day starts tomorrow. That's right. already picked up all the things you're wanting to watch, put it in your shopping list and your orders, and get ready to press buy it now tomorrow and Wednesday. But then what I'm interested in is seeing where the numbers are when they report that on Thursday and Friday of this week, to see what are people really spending? How are they spending? I think it's going to be big to kind of tell us where people are financially, what people feel about their own situation. A lot of times people think their neighbor or someone else they know is in a worse shape than they are, but they're still spending. And everybody thinks that about each other, but in reality, everyone's still the same. This will actually give us a little bit better gauge of that. Amazon Prime Day past couple of years has been big. Count me up as one that thinks it'll be a lot less than it was the past 2 years, but it'll still be higher than 2019 pre-pandemic Amazon Prime Day. So I'm interested in watching that. Okay, finally, numbers are in for the month of June for the Memphis market. I've got them right here. This info comes from Chandler Reports. Just wanted to kind of highlight some stuff. So home sale activity in Shelby County was down 15% in June. Sales prices, though, were up 4%. Again, now that is several months of that price point just being right there between 2 to 4%. An average seller's market, your prices are up 3% a year. And again, with the way things are rolling right now, we're pretty much in that average seller's market right now. It's not a unicorn years. It's also not a buyer's market, so it's still not even a stable market. It's still a seller's market. So prices are still going to increase a little bit. And we're also getting back to that point. Remember, rates started increasing last year in April, May, and June. So now we're feeling the effect of that in the real estate market. So things were down 15%. Remember last month in May, it was down 38%. See, things are starting to taper out. Now we'll see if we're still down compared to last year once rates started increasing. So you got to pair apples to apples, right? So the past couple of years, we've been in an orange world, and now we're comparing apples to oranges. But once those rates increased last year, we now have data and sample sizes to compare apples to apples. So continuing on, this total sales volume is still down, 486 million for June compared to 549 million last year. Median sales price, $232,000. 18% of home sales recorded in June were under value of $100,000. Wow, 18%. That is getting smaller and smaller every month. I remember when I first started doing this, I think that was like 28% of homes recorded in the month were under $100,000. So it's not a whole lot of affordability in Memphis anymore. Home sales valued over $300,000 were down 11% in June. Which that just tells me that there's less people buying in that price point because there are less homes going on the market in that price point, because most people who own a home in that price point have an interest rate locked in lower than 4%. So there's less turnover. There are 30 home sales over $1 million for the month, 28 last year. So we actually were up 2 in the $1 million home sales. I think that's probably attributed to just price increases, right? So still people out there needing to buy. And when those homes come on the market, they will. But I think there's homes that, again, prices increased 4%. So last year you had maybe a couple of those homes that were under $1 million. This year, just over $1 million. Year to date, the number of homes sold recorded is down 30%. Average sales prices are up 2% compared to 2022. New home sales were down 28%. What else is good? Okay, yes, Fayette County home sale activity was down 26% in June. And the average home sales price were up 8%. So again, Fayette County, Tipton County, you guys have more new construction going on out there. So your prices are increasing the way that new construction increases. Tipton County saw home sales fall 35% in June, and average home sale prices were up 6% for the month. Year to date, Tipton County is down 32%, and sales prices are up 9% compared to 2022. So there you have it. That is the Monday market update. A lot of activity going on, a lot of things to just kind of be aware of, to be watching, to keep your eye on. We're seeing more and more homes actually fall out of contract. So if you had a home you were interested in, you had your eye on it, it goes under contract, it might come out of contract. It might be available again. So keep your eye on it, okay? Just don't give up hope yet. There might be another opportunity coming around the bend for you on that same home. But anyway, you guys have a great week. Hope you all stay cool in this warm weather. and we'll see you next week.